Imagine waking up every morning to a world you don't recognize, where your own reflection is a stranger and the last half-century is a blank slate. Now, picture this same person unknowingly revolutionizing our understanding of the human brain. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because today's story is about to take you on a mind-bending journey through the labyrinth of memory, where nothing is quite as it seems. Picture this. One day, Henry Molaison was a normal young boy, carefree and full of life, riding his bike down a sunny street. But he did not know that a simple accident would lead to a series of events that would revolutionize our understanding of the human brain. How did a tragic mishap become a cornerstone of neuroscience? After Henry's childhood bike accident that left him with a skull fracture, Henry's brain decided to throw its own rave party, complete with seizures. It was like his neurons were doing the electric slide, but with way too much electricity. The culprit? A calcium surge triggered by a glutamate frenzy, all thanks to a hippocampus having an existential crisis. Now, you might be wondering, how did doctors deal with this neurological nightmare? Well, buckle up, because the treatment was as extreme as the problem itself. In 1953, doctors viewed Henry's situation like a particularly tricky Rubik's Cube. They decided to perform a surgery so daring, it made brain surgery sound like a walk in the park. They removed Henry's hippocampus entirely. But what happened next? Did this bold move solve all of Henry's problems, or did it open a Pandora's box of new challenges? The answer might surprise you. The operation was a success, sort of. The seizure stopped, but Henry was left with a condition that would baffle scientists for decades. He developed anterograde amnesia. He was living in an eternal present. Imagine being stuck in a time loop where you're perpetually 27. It's like Groundhog Day, but without Bill Murray's charm. Henry couldn't look in mirrors because, for him, it was always 1953. Picture waking up one day, expecting to see your youthful 20-year-old face, and instead seeing a 60-year-old staring back. Talk about a rude awakening. But here's the million-dollar question. If Henry couldn't form new memories, how could he possibly help science? The answer lies in an unexpected twist that no one saw coming. Fast forward to 1960. Scientists decided to have Henry play a game, day after day. Now, you'd think this would be a pointless exercise, right? After all, every single day, Henry would approach the game as if he'd never seen it before. The rules? Brand new. The gameplay? A complete mystery. It was like watching 50 First Dates, but with less Adam Sandler and more neuroscience. But here's where things get really interesting. Despite having no recollection of ever playing the game before, something extraordinary started to happen. Day after day, Henry's playtime began to shrink. What? It was as if his hands knew what to do, even though his mind drew a complete blank. Can you imagine the scientists' faces as they watched a man who couldn't remember breakfast outperform his previous day's score? This unexpected turn of events led to a breakthrough that would shake the foundations of memory research. But what exactly did scientists discover? And how could this change the way we think about learning and memory? Hold that thought, because the answer is even more mind-bending than you might imagine. The game experiment with Henry unveiled a startling truth. There isn't just one type of memory, but two. First, we have declarative memory, the show-off that lets you brag about what you had for lunch yesterday. This is the memory type that Henry had lost. But then there's procedural memory, the ninja that helps you tie your shoes without thinking about it. And this, my friends, is what Henry was using to improve his game performance without even realizing it. This discovery opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Imagine being able to learn and improve skills even when you think you're not learning at all. Wow! It's like your brain is a secret agent, acquiring new talents on the down low without even letting you know. But what does this mean for education? For learning? For the way we understand our own minds? The implications are staggering. We've been so focused on what we can consciously remember that we've overlooked the incredible learning potential hidden in our procedural memory. So next time you're struggling to master a new skill, remember Henry. Your conscious mind might be telling you that you haven't improved, but your procedural memory could be secretly turning you into an expert. Who knows, you might be a genius at something you don't even remember doing. And speaking of not remembering things, if you've enjoyed this mind-bending journey through the twists and turns of memory lane, why not hit that subscribe button? After all, your procedural memory might make you an expert at clicking it, even if your declarative memory forgets why. Until next time, this is SuperNerd, where we turn brain scratchers into mind bogglers. Stay smart, stay curious, and don't forget to check out the sources below.